Hello, how you doing? It's Patty. Welcome to all my new subscribers. Thank you, everybody who has watched my videos and who has subscribed. I just appreciate all of you, and I'm just so happy, you guys. My channel's growing, and I'm excited, and I owe all of that to you. Every single one of you. And I want to thank everybody for your wonderful comments and, just for your discussion. I really appreciate that. Excuse me. So I just wanted to come on tonight and just have a little chat. No real update and no real big news. Just want to discuss a few things that's going on and how I feel about a few things. This is Summer Wells. She was last seen June 15. She was 3 feet tall, 40 pounds. She had a pink shirt on and gray pants. And if you know anything out of Rogersville, Tennessee, she went missing 2 years ago. Please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. So you guys, I just was thinking about a lot of stuff, and I've been watching all the craziness on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you have. I'm not gonna trash other creators or talk bad about other channels, but I do get really frustrated when I see a whole bunch of disinformation being put out about Summer Wells. Just saying things like, what's gone on, why would Fred Hill, after all this time, say this about this other guy? If he really knew that this other guy, this deceased man, did something to Summer Wells, he would have told right away, right? He would have got the reward. But he didn't tell because I don't think he knows. And if he does know, then shame on him, because he can get in really even more bad prison time for interfering with the investigation and for not reporting things to the FBI and the TBI. So he would be in a lot of trouble. And I like Ziggy, but I do get frustrated over these things. I don't think Fred Hill tells the truth. I mean, I know he's a drug user. I'm not going to speak a bunch of bad things about Fred Hill. I do not know him. But I do know that him and his wife were arrested for running a drug house and manufacturing. So they were doing that down there at the end of the hill. And, Candace was going down. She went down by their house. Don and Candace had to know that they were running a meth house. And, they know him. But Fred has said a lot of bad, stupid stories. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't think there was any swimming pool there. And then it came up missing, like he said. And Ziggy is a nice person, but sometimes she feels sorry for people. And she just needs to be careful with this one, unless she has a crush on him. And I don't know. I wouldn't even judge her for that, To each his own. But that's what I have to say about Fred Hill, because I don't believe him. But you guys, I don't believe very many people in the Summer Wells case, that's for sure. Now, I had heard that Don Wells' son was arrested or whatever. He's in trouble for not registering as a SO. So, and also Dudley's been arrested for domestic abuse and burglary. And, Dudley did admit that he was on meth that weekend. So he did admit that on Cher's channel on Voices Behind the Wall. But, so, I don't know all the charges that Dudley has. And it's just amazing that all these people are getting arrested, that have to do with this. I don't trust anybody from up there around that area. None of them. Because I don't know, what they're saying is true. If any of them are telling the truth. And, I've been flip-flopping, not flip-flopping, I'm not flip-flopping, you guys, but all through the whole time of the Summer Wells case, I've heard different things from Don and Candace, and it's caused me to question and say, well, maybe they didn't have nothing to do with it. Maybe they don't know. That is a possibility. But, so, this is what I want to say about this with Don and Candace. I'll put it this way. Why, Don and Candace, have you did everything in your power to not allow people to search your property? People who wanted to come out with groups and do everything the right way, you would not allow it. You put up cameras, Don, after Summer went missing, and no trespassing signs. You didn't even like the searchers really being there, the police who you had no choice. You didn't even like them there because you said she was long gone, far away, been abducted. And I really want to know what makes you think that, Don. Why didn't you think that she could have been lost out in the woods somewhere? It makes me curious because, there was a police report that day, earlier that day. A dispatch call, 911 dispatch call, that a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old were down the road waving at the vehicles when they went by. Now, was that Summer and her brother? Did Candace leave her alone when she went with Hunter? It makes me really wonder, the dates on these videos were wrong, and they were not of that day. And I don't believe that video of her with the milk jugs was from that day. And, I've heard a lot of different people say, well, kids can sleep against cold milk jugs. Well, sure, they can. But not the way those milk jugs were piled up against her. Those milk jugs were piled up so bad that if Candace would have turned to any corner, they would have fell on her head. And definitely if she would have went up the driveway, that big pothole of a driveway they have. But anyways, but why? This is what I don't understand. So why is it such a big deal that nobody can search your property, and you don't think that she's anywhere around there, but yet, it makes no sense. Then why can't people search your property? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Why is Don always still the main spokesman for Summer Wells' case here? Candace was the last one to see her, and she should be talking about that and not about whatever else. Don, he gets on all these channels. He's trying to make people think that, they're just these great people. And he doesn't want people to look down on him. But yet tonight, here he was in Prayer Gardens Live, and them two were in the biggest fight, swearing, calling each other every kind of filthy name they could. And Don, you are such a hypocrite. I mean, both of them are hypocrites. I'm sorry. I'm a Christian. And I love God. And it really offends me to see all these people who say, oh, I'm this great Christian and I'm following God and I'm doing this and that, and then talk like that. If God is within you and you have God in your life, we're supposed to be like him and represent him. We are not supposed to be acting like maniacs, screaming and hollering and using constant profanity. I mean, God's not gonna. It's just that you know better, John, and you know better, Prayer Guard. I don't know why you guys are talking so terrible to each other. But, things get heated up over there. But I did find some things interesting that I'd like to talk about. But I just want to say for a few more things why. Okay, why do Don and Candace have to always come on and defend themselves and need everybody to believe them? Well, Candace doesn't. She goes on Miss Daisy's and she just talks about whatever. And Don tries to hop from channel to channel, proving some kind of innocence or whatever. I don't understand that. And I want to know why. Do they never want to problem solve or think, brainstorm with different creators and say, what can we do? How can we find Summer? Nothing like that. It's really strange to me. Why play games? Why were they acting so crazy all this time and now they're getting sober? I don't think they get their kids back. I really don't think they get their boys back. And, as far as I know, Don and Candace have lost custody to Summer Wells. So, she's not going back home with them to live with them or go to church with them. So, I get so tired of hearing people saying, well, what was it I heard somebody say? I think it was Cher and Don. But, I believe Don and Candace know. Oh, Cher was saying, what'd you do, Dudley? What have you done for this case? And that's what I get so sick of people saying. What'd you do for Summer Wells? What'd you do for her case? Listen to me. I don't have to do anything for Summer Wells' case. I have a YouTube channel that I've dedicated to her. And I love her. And I pray for her every night. And just because I don't live in Tennessee, I can't go search for her, I could bring awareness and I could talk about her. And maybe somebody will just happen to find my channel that lives nearby there that might have a clue and might feel open enough to come on here and make a comment. You never know. I'm doing my best of whatever I can to help Summer. I'm not monetized. I don't care about being monetized. I don't need money from other people. I can pay my own bills. I don't have to beg people on YouTube for money. And I really don't think it's that, good of a source to be making money off of. And I do always wonder, how do you report all that to the IRS? I mean, is YouTube taking out taxes from these people? or do they have to report this individually? And I just think so many people will get in trouble for that if they're not careful. And if they just think everything's free money, because I don't think it's free money. I don't know. You know, I don't know a lot about this stuff, so I'm not going to judge or, I can't say anything. But, in my opinion, there's only a few suspects. And it could have been that man, that Dobbs guy that came from out of state. He's very suspicious to me. I'm not saying he did it. I'm just saying he's very suspicious to me. But it could be. But most likely, I believe it's Don and Candace. And even if they didn't do this, like I said, at the most, they're guilty of neglect. But I just wanted to show you guys something. And this is under fair use. And I just want to say something. I can enjoy a Prairie Boy over there and share, once in a while. Sometimes I like Cher. Sometimes she gets a little loud and she can seem a little hyper and talk over people. And so then I get frustrated and my anxiety goes up. So sometimes she's hard to listen to. Mark, on the other hand, is pretty laid back and calm. But he had Don on his channel. And I'm sorry, Prairie Boy, if this makes you upset that I'm using a little clip of your channel. I want to ask you, Mark and Cher, why were you, supporting Don and Candace all the way for, the first year? And the second year, you guys believed they were guilty, and you were on the wagon of, going against Don and Candace. And now you're right back to supporting them and trying to help them and believe them and defend them. And so I really just don't understand this, none of it. Why you would behave that way. I don't have anything against you, and I'm not trying to cut you down. I just wondered. But anyways, this is under fair use. I'm just going to use a little clip of this, Mark. You should go over to his channel. I think he has some enjoyable content. But this was Coffee with Don Wells. And in this video, Don says, Mark asks him about Tennessee. And Don says, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be there. He's saying he's not sure about, going back there, what's going to go on there. And that he has all these fines to pay. And so I thought that was strange when Mark asked him about Tennessee. So what are they, just leaving, abandoning everything, their children, summer? Is there no more searching, Don and Candace? What's going on? But anyways, I just want you to hear a little bit of part of this, like I said, under fair use and copyright laws. I'm just going to use a small clip so you can hear what Don had to say. It's probably going to be a commercial. Yeah. What do you know? I'm a sidekick now. No, I'm not. I'm not. Hold on. Oh, crap. Hold on. I gotta turn it up. Okay. Hold on. It might not be enough. Wait. Okay. Okay, let's see now.
They're new game boxes.
No, we've had some issues. I haven't purchased one yet. We found one in a...
Hold on. I'm gonna back it up a little bit so you don't miss what he says. Somebody asked, did you get the boys' new game boxes yet? And I don't know if they collected donation money for a new a new PlayStation or Xbox or whatever. And I don't know if they didn't spend the money for what they were supposed to for the boys or what this is about. But I just want you to hear this for a minute.
Okay, I don't know what this is, but Kelly Becker asked, did your boys get their new game boxes?
No, we've had some issues. I haven't purchased one yet. We found one in a pawn shop that's fairly cheap, but I have to get with my our caseworker, the boys' caseworker, and right now we're not on really. I don't know what's going on.
Not on good terms,
I talked to them people, like I'm talking to you, and they went straight to the judge with some stuff, and I'm a little bit upset about it. They was trying to throw me under the bus. I'll just go ahead and tell you the whole thing. I got a driving on revocation, and I didn't know my license was revoked. So, because I'd done 9 months in jail, I only had 3 months to pay everything I had to pay, and I couldn't get it all paid off. So I paid it all off, paid the reinstatement fees, and now I have my driver's license. But I told, one of these caseworkers, incompetence, or whatever, and I'm just a little upset about what.
That's Mark.
They took it straight to the judge like I've done something really bad, and it's just upsetting. But yeah, I'm trying to. No, the question, no, we haven't bought a game box, no. And
Yeah, well, that's neither here nor there. Denelin 2, the legendary asks.
Okay, I want to just go up a little bit more. Hold on.
Tomorrow is a long
These
time
commercials,
coming.
I'm
We're
telling
continuing the work we started over 20 years ago
Bear
by
with
growing
me.
our investments in solar and.
Okay.
Yeah, some of these questions I'm just going to ignore. Well, how do you feel about someone writing the book?
Okay, you should, if you want to hear this whole interview, I recommend it that you go over there and listen to this.
He tried to send you.
Okay, I gotta get past this part.
And screwing with someone, like these are real people, screwing with someone in real life is just not okay.
right. Yeah, it's been really hard on Candace. I mean, her heart's been completely broken, and then to add all, insult to injury, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like they just keep pounding away, and it's yeah, I don't like it. That's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this, because I wanted people to see you as a human.
I appreciate that. I really do.
As a human, we know you're a human.
Alex Erickson, the other voice of reason. Awesome channel, by the way. If you aren't subbed to her, guys, you should be. Any other questions for people? I don't want to keep you too long either, Don, if you got some.
Hold on.
I think any of us know what the hell the answer is.
And they'll ask, I don't know if I should. I mean, there's just nothing. I mean, we try to think and bang heads and try to come up with stuff, and it's just, there's just, I guess I can say it because TBI said it, that there's just nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's, I don't know. It's sad. And I feel bad for Summer, whatever she's going through. I mean, I can deal with a lot of stuff, but what she's going through, I just feel so sorry for her.
You don't know what she's going through.
Yeah.
You don't have any idea.
They're being taken care of, so I'm not worried so much about them.
what they're going through, missing their sister must be awful too.
Yeah, they're scared to come home, I think, because of that.
Mm.
They're scared to come home, I think, because of that. Let's just back it up a little bit, just so you can hear it again.
Awful too.
Yeah, they're scared to come home, I think, because of that.
Mm.
And, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, you guys. But,
a nice one, Carmel G.
That's
Hi
all.
guys, hi Don from Ireland. We love
Sorry,
summer
I
here.
gotta back it all the way up or it won't go. But anyways, you guys. So once again, this was just a few weeks ago on Mark's channel. He said the boys are afraid to come home. And I don't believe it's because they think they're going to get kidnapped. I do believe it's because they're afraid of their parents. And I bet you they told something already to Department of Protective Services or police or whoever. And they're probably very afraid to go back there. And they are banned from talking to those children. And it really makes you wonder why. If they so-called have an agreement that they have to do certain things, but obviously they ditched their agreement because they aren't in Tennessee completing everything they need to. So they must be, have lost the kids. You know, maybe it's not that they're banned from talking to the kids, but that they no longer have any kind of parental rights to be able to. But I feel bad for those boys. And, you know, I love those boys, too. I don't know. They're in my heart, especially the little one. The one right above Summer. For some reason, that little guy just captures my heart. And I do wish I could send gifts to those children, you know, to those boys. And just bless them. But I don't know how or, you know, how I would go about doing that. But, yeah. But, you know, I think it's really interesting that Don said he's not on good terms with their worker there for the children. And that the worker threw him under the bus and said some bad things to the judge. So, because he was talking to her like he was talking to Mark, he said. That just like a regular person, and he told her something, I guess, about his vehicle there, but I doubt that's all it was. But yeah, I don't think he's really paying any of his fines like he should be. And I know that, I believe it was him. One of them was saying they needed medication. It was like $30. It's like, come on. You know, it's a dang shame. I'm sorry, Candace and Don, but you need to take care of yourselves. And I can't believe you would even want to use your daughter's name as a way to make money off of her by begging other people for money, putting up cash apps. You might not be begging them, but you're whining and complaining to Daisy and different people to put up your cash app. And I think it's really terrible. And I'm sorry, you guys, but I've never seen parents act like this in a missing child case. So, you know, I truly believe that Don and Candace have knowledge of what happened to Summer. And if they don't, I'm going to be amazed. And also, I know that it doesn't matter because they neglected to take care of Summer and something happened to her. She was just not down in the basement by herself in that terrible, crappy bedroom. Can you imagine, you guys, having a basement like that for a bedroom? Mattress on the floor, junk everywhere, bugs crawling on you, dirty walls. It looked like mold on the walls, just rotten. And then they paint it for Dr. Phil's show. They could have painted it for summer a long time ago, but there was no way that looked like any little girl's bedroom over there, let me tell you. Nothing like I've ever seen. But yeah, I think these two have a lot of suspicion. I think they do need to go look at that vehicle that Candace sold to Kathy, the Suburban. I think they need to go get that little coat she had on. And I think they need to search that property more, because for some reason they absolutely fight and do not want anybody near the property. And they got even a gate put up. They're so worried about it. So, and I don't think anybody should mess around there anyways. I'm sure Don's probably got a camera on that place where he can watch. Who knows? But these two aren't too bright, I'm sorry to say. And Don, you need to quit acting all religious and then acting like the devil 5 minutes later. That's just so, I can't stand that. Either be all the way a bad person or be a good person. Don't be acting like a maniac. If you're supposed to be representing Jesus Christ, you sure that's not what he would talk like or act like. I'm sorry. And, people say, well, don't judge and don't judge others. Well, you know what? The Bible says, well, Jesus told us that you judge a tree by its fruit. Not by what they say, by what they do is how you judge a person. And he told us to have discernment. God wants us to have discernment. And he wants us to be able to know the truth. And in Summer Wells' case, the truth is going to come out. Everything is going to be exposed, every evil deed. And I'm sorry, Donna Candace. I don't know what you're up to, but you seem like you're trying to run. I want to remind everybody that Don tried to run before from the U.S. Marshals. That's pretty serious. And they found him hiding in the shed behind under something, or in some cabinet or something in the shed. And that's probably why they had the hole in the floor. It reminds me of what they call a trap house when they traffic people. He had a hole in the floor with a desk over. Who's going to think to look there? Coming into the house, you're not gonna. But, yeah, he's pretty good. He's hidden from the police before. And they're pretty good at lying. So, anyways, you guys, I'm not going to stay on here, but I wanted to show you that he got in trouble with the judge. I don't know what's going on there. And that his children are afraid to come home. His boys are. So, he can't get them no game system. And you people that keep sending them money for stuff like that, save your money. But anyways, I just want to thank all of you again for being here. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a great 4th of July weekend. 4th of July, it's not really on the weekend this year. But I hope you have a great time. And remember your freedom. And pray for Summer Wells that we can get closure for this case so this little girl can have justice. So God bless you all. I love you. Have a good night. Bye.